Good evening. I have the time as 7:34, so I will call the public hearing and regular business meeting of the mayor and council for the city of Snellville, Georgia, Monday, June the 10th, 2024 to order. We do have a quorum. All council members are present. We'll start with an invocation to be given by former council member Bobby Howard.
Mayor, council, hope everybody's well tonight. If you could bow your heads and let's go to the Lord in prayer. Gracious Heavenly Father, we just give you thanks. We give you thanks for this day. We give you thanks for all of the grace that's shown each and every day. We give you thanks for the servicemen and women that protect our country. We give you thanks for the law enforcement community that we have here in Snellville. We just continue to want to do the best we can for our city. We want our city leaders to be protected. We know what they have sacrificed to sit in the chairs that they do to operate our city, and we know sometimes that can be a very difficult and tough job, but it is also very rewarding when you see the outcomes of the things that they're able to work on. So in light of that, let's just continue to love one another, watch us as we go through each day, and it's your Son's most heavenly and precious name we pray. Amen.
And now if you stand for the pledge to the flag to be led by Gretchen Schultz. Thank you all. We have no ceremonial matters tonight, so we'll move to the minutes. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve the minutes of the May 29th, 2024 special called meetings.
There's a motion to approve the minutes. Is there a second? And a second. With a motion and a second, all in favor, please raise your hand. That is 6 in favor with none opposed. We have no invited guest or committee or department reports, so we'll move to the approval of the agenda. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve tonight's agenda, June 10th, 2024, with one addition. Under new business item I, letter I, mayor's nomination and council confirmation of Rochelle Brown to the Snellville Youth Commission Adult Advisory Board.
There is a motion for the approval of the agenda with one addition. Is there a second? There is a motion and a second. All in favor, please raise your hand. That is 6 in favor with none opposed. We have nothing under public hearing, consent agenda, or old business, so we'll move to new business. We have item A, the second reading, Ordinance 2024-02, adoption of the fiscal year 2024-2025 budget for each fund of the city of Snellville, Georgia, appropriating the amount shown in each budget as expenditures expenses, adopting the several items of revenue anticipations, and prohibiting expenditures or expenses from exceeding the actual funding available. We do have, the final budget is posted online. It has been adjusted since our first reading 2 weeks ago. The major adjustment is that the prior budget was adding 2 full-time and 1 part-time people to the park staff in anticipation of us opening the community center. We don't expect that community center to be open by June with where we are in the planning process now, and we do have a funding gap that we're still trying to fill. So I asked the city manager, and he agreed that we would remove those positions from this current year budget. So those positions have come out, and it decreases the amount that we were a little bit short on the budget by almost $100,000. So that's the major change that was made. I think there were a couple other little minor adjustments, corrections really, of some amounts in here. So any questions of council on the budget? Okay. This second reading does not require any public input, and we have not heard from anyone at all on the budget from the past 2 weeks. So I will go ahead and ask for a motion.
Motion to approve ordinance 2024-02, the adoption of the fiscal year 2024-2025 budget for the city of Snellville, Georgia.
There's a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any comments by the council? Okay,
I would like to say that this is the first year that Matt has been on his own doing the budget, and it has been absolutely as smooth as glass. He's done an exemplary job, and I want to say thank you to you and the rest of staff for making it a very easy and transparent process for us.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Anyone else? All right, then I will call for the vote. All in favor, please raise your hand. That is 6 in favor with none opposed. So we have a budget for next year. The next couple of items are just confirmations on some reappointments to various boards that we have. Our board terms are 2 years. And so we have a number of positions that expire on June 30th, and people are being reappointed to those boards. So we have item B. I'm asking for council's confirmation on the reappointment of the Board of Appeals members for Post 2, Deborah Jones. Her term expires on June 30th, 2026. And Post 4, Tim Van Valkenburg, with the same expiration date. That's my nomination. All in favor, please raise your hand. That is 6 in favor with none opposed. Next, item C, I am nominating for the reappointment of the following Planning Commission board members. We have Post 3, Terry Corey, and Post 4, Rose Purdy, both with an expiration date of June 30th, 2026. All in favor, please raise your hand. That is 6 in favor with none opposed. Item D, I'm nominating for the reappointment of the following Parks and Recreation Board members: Post 2, Ann Dowdle, Post 3, Regina Hart, and Post 4, Alice Snipes, all of their terms to expire June 30th, 2026. With that, I ask for council's confirmation. All in favor, please raise your hand. That is 6 in favor with none opposed. Have item E, my nomination for the reappointment of the following Downtown Development Authority of Snellville board members: Post 3, Rafiq Yukani, Post 4, Dan LeClaire, Post 5, Jamie Toney, and Post 6, Deborah Jones, all of those terms to expire June 30th, 2028. That's my nomination. Asking for confirmation. All in favor, please raise your hand. That is 6 in favor with none opposed. And then finally, item F, one new nomination, asking for confirmation of Kevin Morrissey to the Planning Commission, Post 2, with a term expiration date of June 30th, 2026. All in favor, please raise your hand. That is 6 in favor with none opposed. Okay, now we have item G, consideration and action on surplus of city vehicle and equipment. I don't have to read all of that, do I? And I'm not going to read the list. It is in the agenda. It's just a whole bunch of tractors and stuff that I'm sure my grandson would just love to play on. So is there a motion on surplusing all of this public works stuff?
Motion to approve the surplusing of the city vehicle and equipment.
There is a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
I got Carrie first. So we have a motion and a second. All in favor, raise your hand. That is 6 in favor with none opposed. Any of these items surplus that are worth anything will go out on Gov Deals for bid. So if anyone's interested in any of these things, head to that website. Next, we have item H, consideration and action on resolution 2024-08, authorizing application for community development block grant, that's CDBG funds. What this is grant funds. We've accessed these from time to time. Those funds helped us build the senior center when that was built. It's also more recently helped repair, it provided the funds to repair the lake wall at Briscoe Park. What else? It's helped fund the installation of the Greenway Trail from Town Center to Briscoe Park. It also had helped buy the senior center buses that we've had, that we actually just surplused and hopefully sold recently, but the senior center got a lot of use out of those buses. So this is a grant fund that we were encouraged to apply to. We're hoping to get money from these grants or from this grant to help fund the gap of our community center at Briscoe Park. Currently, the schematic that we have agreed to for that community center building would, I think the price came out around 18 million, and we've got 12 million budgeted for it. So we've got a little bit of a funding gap still. So we're looking for grants and other infrastructure funds possibly to help us bridge that gap. So in order to apply for that grant, we have to pass this resolution saying that council is on board with applying for the grant, and that's what we're doing here. With that, is there a motion?
Motion to adopt Resolution 2024-08, authorizing the application for the Community Development Block Grant.
Thank you. There is a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
I'll go with Norman because he was louder. All right, it's not a contest, guys. All right, so we have a motion and a second. Is all in favor, please raise your hand. That is 6 in favor with none opposed. And then we have new item I. I nominate Rochelle Brown to this Snellville Youth Commission Adult Advisory Board, and I ask for council's confirmation. All in favor, please raise your hand. That is 6 in favor with none opposed. Yay. All right, that ends our official business for the meeting, and so we'll move to council reports, and we'll start with Councilmember Carter.
Good evening, everybody. Oh, I'm so tired. Good evening. A couple of things I want to bring up. I suffer from a little bit from insomnia, so I'm flicking through my TV last night to this Newsy station. I think it's a new channel because I never heard of it before. And what did I hear? Grayson, Georgia, police pursuit. So I'm looking up. And I just like to say, give out kudos to Corporal Dennis Peters of the Snellville Police Department. This was a huge pursuit of a bank robber. Started up in my neighborhood in Grayson and wound up down in Lilburn. But it looked as if they were chasing this guy this is a bank robber. Looked like that car was going at approximately somewhere between 75 and 80 miles an hour down 78. And if you know the neighborhood, he blew the traffic light at McGee and 78. It was a red light, he went right through it. The next traffic light, he did the same thing. Now, eventually he cracked up because he's dumb enough to drive down a dead-end street. but it's my own experience from my police background. I can tell you that one of the most stressful things that you can do is get involved in a police pursuit. I have to tell people it's not fun. It's not fun at all, especially when you're pursuing an armed suspect. So I just wanted to give kudos out to Corporal Dennis Peters and the entire Snellville Police Department, because they've had a busy couple of weeks here, a busy month. Also, the Snellville Community Church and the Reverend Quincy Brown, they're having a celebration on Saturday, June 15th, from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., celebrating and honoring father figures. I just want you to let that marinate in your head. They're celebrating father figures. Also, I think I need to talk about this. I can talk about it better than anyone. On June 19th, I don't want to steal anyone's thunder, June 19th, 2024, from 4 p.m. until 8 p.m., our Snellville Youth Commission it's okay. Our Snellville Youth Commission is having a Unity Day celebration. What angered me about this, and it's they've done a lot of work, but some of these children, they're children as far as I'm concerned, these are high schoolers. They have been threatened and ridiculed by what I think is actions led by some divisive adults, and it's other young people who are doing this online, because the celebration is called Unity Day instead of Juneteenth. Obviously, these people are not aware that the past 2 years, the Juneteenth celebration that we've had has been one of the most divisive things we've had in Snellville. And I can say that because, I intended it with great expectations. And some of the things that came out of those meetings were absolutely horrendous. That's not going to happen this year. We have these young people, they're trying to make this event this year look like Snellville. They've gone out of their way to be very detailed and make this a very diverse event, inclusive of so many different cultures. And I would just ask that all of Snellville turn out to support them this Wednesday, next Wednesday, June 19th. They've put in a lot of work, and it's a Unity Day celebration because, yes, we're going to talk about Juneteenth, but you know what? Nobody got here by themselves. This was an American thing that was done. I always talk about that the United States, when they started out with this country, one of the first things that the founders of this country said was, in order to form a more perfect union. And when we get to things like Juneteenth, the Emancipation Proclamation, and the 13th Amendment, this is the American country, the majority of the country, moving toward a more perfect union. And that's inclusive of everybody. So everybody has a stake in this. And I hope that all of Snellville comes out on June 19th at the Grove. Thank you.
Thank you, Norman. Councilmember Hetherington.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here tonight, coming out and being part of your city and what's going on here. Couple quick things. First, business after hours next week, Thursday, June 20th at the Lincoln Fill Station. Yeah, we're out of town that week. Pretty disappointed about that one. At Lincolnville Station.
Well, that's on Thursday, so anybody who's not leaving until Friday will be here.
Sounds like Barbara's going to be here. If you own a business in Snellville, if you work for a business that's owned in Snellville, come out to that. It's great. Always great business contacts, always great door prizes, always a lot of fun. Also, I feel like I bring this up every council meeting. Once again, Snellville Performing Arts has been nominated for more awards. This year, they're nominated for 2 awards from the Gwinnett Chamber 2024 Moxie Awards. Gwinnett County is large. There are a lot of people and a lot of businesses here. So to have one of our own gems that's very small, that's entirely staffed by volunteers, nominated for the Outstanding Organization Award, that's a big deal. Really excited for them, really proud of them. And also the Greater Good Award. Snellville Performing Arts also still has a lot of spaces available in their summer camp programs. You can go to their website, snellvilleperformingarts.com, to see what's available. They have spaces in all of their camps for the rest of the summer. And that's all I have. Thanks for coming out tonight.
Thank you, Carrie. Councilmember Linsky?
Okay. Brian, thank you. There's our Unity Day flyer. Thank you, Mr. Carter, for going through, explaining some of the background and some of the challenges that the students have faced. Please come out and support them. This is going to be a fabulous event. We have showcase performers, including Snellville Performing Arts, as well as professional saxophonist Richard Shaw will be there. Just amazing vendors, locally owned businesses. Please, please support our young people. This has been a very interesting experience, a learning experience for them in planning this event. Lots of sweat, lots of tears, but I think a great amount of joy is going to emerge as we move forward next week. Congratulations to Rochelle Brown for her appointment to SYC Adult Advisory Committee. She has absolutely been our MVP in planning this Unity Day event. Her vision has guided us throughout, and I greatly appreciate this. And thank you very much for agreeing to come on board officially in that capacity. We went ahead and approved our budget this year, or just a few minutes ago, I should say, for next year. But I went through the Snellville Youth Commission portion, and one of the things that that's on page 21, for those of you that really want to look, one of the things that we were challenged with this year in putting together the Unity Day event was we did not have a budget. We didn't plan far enough in advance. So I've asked Mayor and Council to support, and they have agreed, a particular line item in our budget for this particular event, as well as other events, of $5,000. So we can hopefully make it even bigger and better next year when we follow through in June. Of course, everything's going to be planned well in advance, though, next year. And with the support of Mayor and Council, of course, we'll be able to thrive as we move forward. So thank you all so much for coming out tonight and taking an interest in your community and being invested.
Thank you, Christy. Councilmember Schultz?
Good evening, everyone. We're glad to see you here. I'll keep my comments fairly short because I've been out of town several days recently to attend my grandson's high school graduation up in North Carolina. But to follow up on that, congratulations to all the Snellville high school graduates. I know we have a lot of them, and they're very, very deserving of our congratulations. We now have 2 summer season Snellville Farmers Markets under our belt. It's been going really well. We have almost all the vendor spaces filled. We've had tremendous crowds of customers attending. So I encourage y'all to come out on Saturday mornings, every Saturday from now through the end of September, from 8:30 to 12:30. I would remind you that this is a project that is totally a self-supporting project. We don't get any city money. We're not in that budget that we approved tonight, and we've always been very proud of that we're totally supporting. So come on out to the farmers market and get some great food. Thank y'all for coming.
Thank you, Gretchen, and Mayor Pro Tem Warner.
Well, to be the broken record, thank you everyone for being here tonight or for watching from wherever you may be. This will be our last meeting for this month because we are all going to Savannah for Georgia Municipal Association required training. And it is one of the greatest things to be able to go down there, network with other elected officials, and to learn. We're all required to take courses, and it has been a godsend to me, which I can guarantee you means it's been a godsend to the city of Snellville. The number of elected officials that attend from our city has been at or very close to 100% ever since I originally got on council in 2007. And that being said, this will be the last chance for me to remind y'all that on July 4th, we will have the Star Spangled Snellville. You know, we shoot off fireworks every year, and we're praying for no rain, like we do every year. DJ Lee kicks off the event at 4 p.m., and then Big City Rhythm takes over the stage at 6:30, and then the fireworks will start either at 9:30 or whenever it gets dark enough, or whenever the magical fairy over there says, "Let there be fireworks." It's always a great event, well attended. It's fabulous, and there's nothing better than to celebrate our liberty, our freedom, and our country. So please join me on July 4th out here for that. I'll be the sweaty guy who is probably grumpy by the time you find me, but I really enjoy every minute, and I look forward to it. I also want to thank Ms. Linsky and Gretchen. Are you also on the Christmas light? Oh, she was out of town. I'll still thank her. And Kelly McAloon, they're on our Christmas decoration committee. And on top of all the work that Ms. Linsky does with Snellville Youth Commission and the Unity Day, the event that's coming up, it seems strange that this time of year is when you have to work on Christmas decorations, but you have to. It's a long lead time. And last year we upgraded the Christmas decorations, or the holiday, whatever you want to call them. The decorations in the city for the holidays were the best ever. And all I can say is thanks to the committee's hard work and the support from mayor and council and the city manager, they'll be even better this year. So I don't want to rush the year at all because I'm getting older. I can't afford to do that anymore. But I'm really looking forward to seeing how fabulous our city looks and how fabulous the Grove looks this year, because it will be amazing. Thank you very much for coming out. Have a good night.
Thank you, Todd. And just a couple of quick things. I would like to congratulate our park staff. They just moved into, and we cut the ribbon on the new park maintenance building. We cut that ribbon on Thursday, I think. So they're officially all moved in and feeling quite happy. This former council member, Kurt Schultz, sitting here, Gretchen's husband, was talking. He said when he was on council back in the early 90s, they were talking about tearing down the buildings that they just moved out of. And that's when it was the public office, and it needed to be torn down in the 1990s. Public Works didn't move out until 2009. Has it been that long? So from 1990 to 2009, Public Works was still maintaining their offices there. If you can imagine these old metal buildings, the roofs were leaking. I mean, the equipment was not getting very much protection in those buildings. So thankfully, we will be able to tear those buildings down. I have been chomping at the bit to get those out of there. Because what's always distressed me about those buildings, not only were they not pretty, but they were surrounded by old chain link fence with barbed wire at the top, which was right in the middle of the park, and just not really it's not warm and welcoming for a park space. So we'll be able to get rid of that eyesore over there as well. So very excited about that. And also the Soleil housing development off of Rosebud, it's the old front nine of the Summit Chase Golf Course, is doing a ribbon cutting event on Thursday the 13th at 10:30. So if you're interested and want to go see what those houses are looking like, I believe they're opening their model homes over there on Thursday. That is all I have, so I will close the council reports and the mayor report and open the floor to public comment. If anyone would like to come up and say anything, one topic for 5 minutes, please. Come on up. And state your name and address for the record.
Greetings. My name's Melissa Madsen, and I'm the principal at Britt Elementary over at 2503 Skyland Drive. And what I want to say is thank you to you guys for your vision and your hospitality. On May 2nd, our kindergarten was able to walk over here because of your vision and engage in getting to sit in your chairs and think about where they want to be in 2050. And because in 2050, they will be old enough to sit in your chairs. But they were just because of your vision and your ideas to build the green space and the green space walkway, our students walked safely over here and they got to go to the police station and the library. So I want to give you what they wanted to give you, which is all of their names on a thank you, because they just appreciated it so much. They were so excited, and it was your ability to hire great police officers like Officer Hermel and great folks like Mr. Arrington who made this possible for our students. So thank you so, so much.
Is that going to replace Greg's picture in your office?
Anyone else? Name and
Good
address
evening.
for the record, please.
I'm Randall Mangum. I am a resident of 7273 Wood Holloway, Stone Mountain, Georgia. And I am so honored to be here tonight. I am a candidate for state senate, and I just want to introduce myself to many of you. I have not gotten a chance to do so. I'm a former state representative. I'm a lawyer, and I represented for about 10 years as state representative. I represented the city of Conyers. I represented the city of Lithonia. I represent several cities, and I know the importance of having good representation, and I hope I get a chance to meet you guys. This is a short election, but a long election. And I can't beat the previous presentation, but I would just simply want to introduce myself to you. And as many of you may know, we're in a runoff right now. I had the distinction of having the highest vote earner, but in Georgia, you have to win by 50+1, as many of you might know. And I want to be able to know your issues, and I want to represent you well. And I hope I just want you to know who I am, Randall Mangum. I'm a candidate for state senate, so thank you very kindly. And if you got any questions, I'll be glad to answer them on, off. But the election is next Tuesday. Early voting has already started, and so thank you very kindly. All right? All
Thank
good?
you, sir.
Thank you very kindly.
Anyone else? Seeing none, I will close the public comment and entertain a motion to adjourn. There is a motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor, raise your hand. That is 6 in favor with none opposed. We are done. Thank you all for coming out tonight. Please be safe going home.